Hi there, welcome to I Alone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Scorpio energy. I'm going to do a top row for those people that are harnessing positive Scorpio energy, high vibrational, love, compassion, forgiveness. And then we're going to do a bottom row for people who are not harnessing positive Scorpio energy right now, and so they might be rejecting you. Because they reject that energy within themselves. So they're being a little bit more shadowy. A little bit more from fear, pride, ego, selfishness, insecurity. Oh, too many crickets. A lot of them there. Okay. So the difference between the readings is the positive Scorpio energies come together in celebration with friends and family and within themselves and within relationships. And the shadowy Scorpios backstab themselves and they backstab others because they lack hope, faith, and belief. And underneath the happy family is the coming together in relationships is they've overcome the fact that they were backstabbed and betrayed before, and they are willing to take creative, inspired action towards their future. Okay, so for the positive Scorpios, if it's just you and not really dealing with anyone else, you might have been before in two minds about if you wanted to put in the hard work and effort, or if you wanted to be more greedy and selfish and try to get your dreams to come into reality from power, control, greed, selfishness. And wondering if, you're kind of looking back at that, kind of wondering, should I go towards that? If I do go towards that, I'm kind of going to still be in denial and not seeing the truth. Or do I put an end to it in my Scorpio nature and be willing to shed the old to give birth to the new and transform myself so that the energies can shift and I can have a happy family? It's kind of like, which way can I have a happy family? Some people, well, I guess that would be the positives. The people who are willing to move forward will harness their Scorpio energy in a positive way, being willing to be in those deep, sensual, passionate, those deep emotions that we have. Sometimes people don't want to go into those deep emotions, they're afraid they'll be hurt. And so they stay over here in a little bit more of Capricorn Devil card can be about a materialistic life and being in denial of seeing the truth that we're really meant to take creative, inspired action in our life, being willing to experience all the deep emotions that we human beings were born to have. And so for those people, what they're going to do for them is they're going to put an end to taking kind of maybe creative action towards materialism, the Ten of Pentacles, and instead they're going to guard their future because they are now realizing their worth and value and that they deserve to nurture themselves, know their worth and value, that they're more than just having a materialistic life. They want to experience all of life and they believe they're worth that. So they want to start moving forward, having, a more fully expansive belief system that, I have a body, mind, and soul. I'm not just supposed to surround it by security and stability and wealth. We have emotions, we have dreams, we have inspirations. So maybe they are going to turn their back also on a more worldly belief system. And because this is Taurus energy, which can be about our earthly aspects, and the High Priestess is a counterpart to the Hierophant, and that would be moving forward where you're connected in with your Cancer and Pisces emotional energy, unconditional love, creativity, inspiration. And listening to their intuition, they will close out an old cycle and way of being This is a positive Aquarius and Capricorn energy, then, of seeing things from the bigger picture and willing to put in the work and effort. So, the Scorpio energies in the past that might have been a little shallow in their emotions, those people are ready to get in the driver's seat of their life. They don't want their shadow side or trying to present an image while they really feel this way internally. Now it's like, I don't want either one of these to dictate my life. I don't want to live a facade. I don't want to just indulge my fear, materialism, ego. I want to get in the driver's seat of my life and move forward in a really swift, successful manner. And the Chariot card is Cancer energy. And then they would come from their heart and they would be willing to move forward and take swift action to stand in their power and their truth, and they would bring down old foundations that they used to, we all build foundations in our life and we stay in them. It feels safe and secure, but as time goes by, we want to grow and expand, and so they're willing to bring down those old foundations and have a new creative beginning where they do see things from the bigger picture. And instead of just thinking of themselves, they are thinking of other people, and they have hope and faith and belief that there can be healing. So then when they can see it from that bigger perspective, they pause to consider what they're going to invest in next. And they decide, you know what? I think I do have all the resources in order to manifest my dreams into reality. I'm no longer just going to limit myself and maybe be in lower vibrational energies or make it all about materialism. I want it all. And that includes passion and love and creativity and inspiration in their life. So that is wonderful. For you, some of you Scorpios, that's for just if you're all by yourself and working towards your life. You might be here looking back at someone who is still in denial and they are in toxic energy. They could be controlling, they could have low self-esteem, they lack confidence and belief in themselves, so they're just focusing maybe on money. They don't want to put in the work and effort it takes to take bold, confident action and have a creative, inspiring within their own home and being, and to have that with others. And they hope that they can get what they want by staying in denial and maybe being controlling and possessive and jealous and making it all shallow and not putting in the work and effort. And you could be looking at them and you're saying, I'm going to put an end to this. I'm done looking at them. Who knows when they'll ever change? So I am going to put an end to this and I'm going to transform. And when you do that, that's when the energies around you will shift. And you decide, you know what? I'm going to be happy. They maybe did backstab me. They maybe did take creative action to be all about money and maybe took creative action towards somebody that has that type of stability and wealth that they are looking for, and they're defensive and they're emotionally invested in money and they're defensive to nurturing themselves and connecting in with their emotions, because that's they turn their back because of the way they feel. They turn their back on a relationship and a marriage where you are intuitive and you are connected in with your intuition and you have a belief of what life can be, and this person doesn't want to tap into those type of energies. And so you're closing the cycle and getting in your own driver's seat of your life and moving forward. And let's see, what are you maybe going to do? You might communicate and make an offer in this moving forward and communicating. You, with the Page of Cups, might make an offer to someone that you see as somebody who does stand in their truth and power. And you'll tell them, I'm ready to bring down that old foundation to have a brand new inspired beginning, having hope, faith, and belief, and seeing things from the bigger picture. So now to pause and look at the people in shadowy energy. They probably didn't want to be held accountable for their actions, because right underneath the Two of Swords is the Judgment Karma card. They don't want to be judged. They don't want to be accountable for the actions that they've already maybe taken. And part of the actions that they took were being in toxic energy about long-term stable family, and so they could have been controlling and possessive and jealous, say, and were wanting all the attention to be about them. And so instead they decided to just go for wealth, and they are going to, instead of taking creative bold action in their life, they're going to stay in the shadow devil Capricorn energy of, again, could be fears and insecurities, afraid of being hurt if they were to step out of their comfort zone and do things different than the way things have always been done, because the Ten of Pentacles can be about tradition. And they might have taken action towards someone harnessing shadowy Capricorn energy because that's what they are working from themselves. So that could have been a Capricorn that was in shadowy energy, or just someone else who harnesses that same type of energy as them. And they are defensive and guarded to transforming. They don't want to change. They don't want to shed the old to give birth to the new. And so they are being defensive to positive Scorpio energy. And so they were maybe somebody offered them a new beginning in romance, or they did have, it looks like they probably did have a new beginning relationship that they're defending, and they're juggling because the reason that they're in it is either they kind of want more of a transactional relationship with the Six of Pentacles, or they're hoping that there'll be a give and exchange of money in the relationship. And as that Page of Wands, which we also had over here, there was a happy marriage or family or relationship, and they backstabbed it emotionally because they decided to not pay attention to their own emotions, and they took that Page of Wands energy forward towards a monetary foundation that was very abundant and stable. Here's that Page of Wands again, and they said goodbye to somebody who was offering them pure love, who maybe was also harnessing positive Virgo energy. Somebody who has gone within and done the work to gain insight and wisdom about the past, what held them back, their self-limiting beliefs, any unresolved pain that they had, and fears and insecurities. And they said goodbye to those type of energies. It's like, no, I don't want to apologize. I don't want to come from the pure nature of love. I don't want to do the work and effort to gain insight and wisdom about the past. I'm just going to try to have a relationship where I don't really invest. I'm just going to juggle and maybe exchange resources with someone. And the resources we have are emotions and things like that. And so they put an end to and chose to be in denial and to dream that their ships can come into reality by turning their back on what would be truly emotionally fulfilling, and instead they're just going to emotionally indulge themselves in the situation that they're in. So emotionally, they're going to try to be strong about the fact that they are now going to be like emotionally cold as they face the future. And they're going to maybe just align with coming from their mind, what's logical and practical. And because they have heart and mind conflict, and they're going to make a mind over heart decision because they come more from the mind. Possibly they could be an air sign, a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, but they can be any sign because a lot of people choose to come more from their mind. And if it's more just logical, then it's just about money. And they made a head over heart decision to close out a cycle on a happy home and family. And they decided to walk away emotionally from what they'd invested in, because when they paused to consider what they should invest in next, again, more being financially focused than love focused, because they had 8 cups and they had 7 pentacles. They walked away from the 8 cups of emotion that they'd already invested in, and they're hoping that they invest in this new thing, they'll get more money. So they moved away from a marriage because they're afraid that they might be left out in the cold in it. Again, people who don't want to tap into their emotions are afraid that if they invest in happiness, they're afraid somebody will leave them in the future. They also could be afraid that they won't have enough resources financially. So they took swift action to hold back, to not work together cooperatively, to not open up, to not move forward, and chose instead creatively to be selfish and greedy, maybe in a third party triangulated relationship. And they took a new inspired beginning for a new financial beginning, and they're now moving forward with that new financial beginning, portraying themselves as a king of cups, somebody who is emotional, but really they have a lot of stress and anxiety, probably about if this relationship that they got in, that they hope, since they don't want to get in the driver's seat of their own life, and get over their toxic energies, they're hoping by getting into this relationship, it will move them forward in a way that will make them look successful. And they have a lot of stress. They could have a lot of stress about wondering if it will move forward in a successful manner. And they're also probably giving a lot of thought, maybe of how to communicate in a way to make this move forward in a foundation so that they can be a king of pentacles, kind of like king of the material world. So where are we at here? 16 minutes. We could take a swift little look at, quick look at, tell us about the devil energy that the Scorpios are going to use in a positive manner, and the way that other people were doing it in a negative manner. How about the positive Scorpios? How are they? You guys probably came to peace within yourself. You know, if you're dealing with someone like this, you know, it's really difficult to figure out why they think the way they do. But, you know, everybody every day makes a free will choice to either come from the energy of love and hope and belief, or they come from fear and insecurity and selfishness. And they're in denial, and you are you're at peace within yourself. You're listening to your intuition. You want to put in the hard work and effort, but they don't. So let's see what the positive Scorpio devil energy is about, which is positive Capricorn energy for you. You know, what this person's going to find out is, you know, the devil lies. It's like our fears and insecurities that tell us, just come over here. It'll be so much easier. You don't have to do any of that work, but it never works out to be what you think. Ew. Okay. We got them all in reverse. So, probably when you were with this person and you wanted to put work and effort in, things weren't changing. They could have lacked patience and weren't able to balance out their emotions. They weren't willing to get in the driver's seat of their life, and they weren't willing to be a king of wands. And you are. And so you decided in your positive Capricorn energy that I'm letting you go. And I am going to move forward. It's heartbreaking, but I can't force you to believe differently than you believe. The only one who can make them get over their fears and their insecurities is themselves. So you're going to make a heart over mind decision that I want to move forward. I don't want to be in negative energy. Tell us about the person who has negative energy in about money and chose to be in toxic energy. Oh, it's got some things in reverse too. They took swift action because they don't want to learn their lessons. They don't want to see the emotional possibilities. They could be very confused. They might not want to, well, the Emperor reverse, that's how we make major decisions in our life, is in our Emperor energy. It's Aries fiery energy. They're maybe unwilling to make a decision. They're unwilling to step up in their life to be an emperor of their own life. Again, we did have the King of Cups come out, and then we had the King of Pentacles. They might more be somebody who just operates on how they feel at the moment, and they could feel very confused. They might have felt like because you move forward, that they didn't feel like they had any other options, and they could be, I don't know, an Emperor in reverse can be really controlling, possessive, obsessive, immature, not fit for the job that they were in. And they might be hoping that by not moving forward in a positive manner, um, and deciding that they're going to be all about money, wealth, image, reputation, they're maybe hoping that it will stop their inner conflict that they have, but really their inner conflict, they'll, you get in a new relationship, it can feel euphoric for a while, but their inner conflict's always going to be there until they deal with it. But they're maybe hoping that this will help them. But as it moves forward, it was like the Ten of Pentacles underneath the Devil, and then it's the King of Wands with the Capricorn shadow side here. Oh, yeah, and on the bottom is the Hierophant reverse. So their whole emotional belief system could be emotionally negative, and they're not listening to their overarching belief system, or if they are, it's just emotionally negative. Um, Tell us about the. Oh my gosh, these cards are just kind of all messed up. I'm going to get a different deck here. Tell us about the Capricorn shadow card here. So they made a decision that they were going to have a Ten of Pentacles foundation with shadowy Capricorn energy, and to defend a new beginning, a new emotional beginning, and just try to find their balance in giving and receiving resources. And they might take creative action in this situation and to hide, maybe to hide the fact that they betrayed somebody who was willing to dream and was expecting their chips to come in in an emotionally fulfilling manner. That person could have offered them new love, the positive person, to be strong and brave and confident, but they turned their back on it and decided they're the boss. I definitely think this person's got some bossy type issues. Okay, tell us about the shadow side down here. They move forward to have what looked like them having victory and having overcome their inner conflict by using their resources to be deceptive, manipulative, and creative, because they are repeating past patterns of the past. They maybe wanted to reunite with someone from their past. They do have issues from their past. Needless, all of us would move forward in a really confident, brave manner if we got rid of our self limiting beliefs and fears and insecurities. This person still has some issues from their past that they need to work out. So they could have reunited with someone from their past, or someone who reminds them. It's like that. It's kind of where you keep repeating the same type of relationships. It's like different people, but it's like the same. And until they learn their lessons, they won't be able to move forward. Um, Unless they up here, they could have consciously chosen to work with their partner and say, you know what, I do have these fears and insecurities and blah, blah, blah. And they could have worked through it, but this person chose not to do that. And also at the same time, while they're doing all of that, someone that they had worked with together, these positive people up here, that they came from that kind of loving energy, but something triggered them that made them tip out of balance possibly, and they're sneaking away deceptively to go towards this person who offered them a new financial beginning, and they view this person as somebody who is moving forward in a victorious manner, and they hope that will bring that to them too. And in the Five of Swords, they're holding five swords and they left two there. that they kind of have a win at all costs attitude. So if they fear that in the future the positive Scorpio energy people would have left them in the future, they're so fearful of that that they leave you first. It's like if somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose, I'm going to make sure it's me who wins. So if somebody came in their life and offered them a new financial beginning, they decided to go over there. They left two swords back here, which at the beginning of the top reading, we do have the two of swords. And what they hope that'll do is it'll keep the positive people stuck. Like you won't know what the truth is because they were manipulative and deceptive. And they're kind of hoping, since they are a little bit, they're in toxic energy, they were hoping that it would cause you to be stuck in toxic energy too, that you wouldn't be able to move forward and change, that you would be emotionally unbalanced, that you wouldn't get in the driver's seat of your life, and you wouldn't take that bold, confident action. Maybe so that you would come down into these shadowy energies here too, and that you would be defensive of this new love that they got into, and that you would be struggling to find your balance about the fact that they're exchanging resources with someone else, and that they said goodbye to your love offer, and you'd be stuck trying to figure out and understand why this person backstabbed you. I just think that's really ugly. Why would somebody do that to people? Why be deceptive and manipulative? Why not just tell the truth? Um Well, for one, they want to communicate that their dreams are going to come in, like, haha, my dreams are going to come into this new reality, in from this new offer that someone offered me to take this action towards this toxic energy. And I'm turning my back on you offering me love because I'm going to create the illusion that I've invested in a leap of faith and that I put an end to a happy family. I don't know. I don't know why that would be such a wonderful thing. Also, part of it is that they want to communicate to people in positive energy that think your dreams are going to come into reality by going on this new stable path and taking King of Wands action towards it. That they want you to be sitting in the energy of having missed an opportunity so that you might want to manifest with them again. They're a Seven of Pentacles person. They're not willing to put in the work and effort. They're hoping that if you feel like you missed an emotional opportunity because they went and did this, that you'll decide you want to manifest with them and you'll take a leap of faith towards them and you will put an end to pursuing transforming and moving forward and having that happy life you want. So they're choosing not to do that because they want to stay in toxic energy. And they're hoping it's all a manipulation, it's all illusion. You know, they're kind of hoping, are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up your dreams, your aspirations, your hopes, your beliefs, a creative, loving home? Are you willing to put an end to that? And just come be with me in this toxic energy. Everybody has free will. This person had free will in the relationship with you. They chose negativity, they chose fear, they chose insecurity, they chose to maybe be controlling. They all wanted to be about money, status, image. If that's your choice, you can go over there because this part of it was a ploy to make you do that. Or you can choose, you know what? I want to work with people who are loving and kind and generous and don't try to manipulate me and control me. And I know you are not that. So I'm going to keep living my life. And if someone is going to change in this dynamic, it's going to have to be you because I choose love. You chose devil energy. And I don't choose that for myself. I will move forward. I will find people that are loving and kind. Um, and you will see me move forward in a positive, loving manner. And you might stay here unless you ever get to where you are willing to look at your fears and insecurities and, tap into the energy of love and compassion and forgiveness so that you can move forward in your life. So there we go, Scorpio. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.